My name's Patrick Seitz, and I voice Reishi Munakata.
My name is Stephanie Shea, and I voice Netgo.
My name is Matthew Mercer, and I voice Kuro Yatogami.
My name is Keith Silverstein, and I voice Mikoto Suo.
My name is Joshua Lopez, and I voice the role of Joshua Lopez, producer of K.
And I'm Charlene Ingram, Senior Marketing Manager of Animation at Viz Media. All right, so how did you first hear about K?
I first heard about K when the audition copy came around. Sometimes I've heard about the shows ahead of time. Sometimes it is a new adventure. For me, it was a new adventure. So I ran to the internet.
Did you really?
Yes. That's what I do.
Did you find anything?
Yes.
On the internet?
I
Oh,
did.
it was on the internet.
Although I found out that Googling the letter K doesn't
really
always
help.
take you. You had to add the word anime to those results to really sort of hone in on what you want.
What I did is I just scrolled down for about 48 hours, and then I got to it finally, and I was like, oh, cool. And there was a lot of stuff when I finally got there, but K is it's a popular letter, so. Why didn't you tell me that?
Because I wanted to get the phone.
That would have been so helpful. Damn you.
Now, the first time I heard of it was also the audition, but it was one of those things, too, where once you go and look it up, you see how much is out there, and it's like, whoa, okay, this looks really good. This has been out for a while, and in Japan, you can see that there's already a big following.
I read for Kukuri, I think, and then Neko, and then that's it. And then at the end of my Neko audition, I just made a bunch of cat noises, which it didn't say in the audition sides to do that, but in the description it said that half the time she's a cat. So I did that. I don't know if that helped. Did that
But
help?
don't you do that for most of your auditions, though?
I do.
Just throw the cat noises in at the end?
A cat.
What is your favorite thing about the series K?
From first seeing it, immediately was the animation, because it's beautifully animated. The lighting effects on it are fantastic. I like the character design. The music comes in right at the beginning and really gives it a lot of drive. So I already was kind of into it before I saw the superpowers. And then when I saw the abilities, that was it. That's for me. If you put super abilities of any kind in any series, that's always going to be my favorite thing.
Like, there's clearly a sense of humor. Like, when you cut from one scene to another scene, like, the juxtaposition of, like, the line going into it, it's smart and it's self-aware in a way, which for, like, a show that is so kind of sci-fi heavy, that you don't always get that kind of level of humor, you know? So, which I thought was really cool.
It was really cool, like, today getting to see the final product. I mean, in some shows more than others, you get a better sense of what's going on as you're recording. I feel like as Munakata, he was sort of like, he's here, he's there, he's here, he's there. He didn't really always have a real strong moment-to-moment through line, so I didn't have as strong of a sense of the final product and how it was going to sound, how cool it's going to be all coming together. That, and I very much like the passive-aggressive cleanup droids.
Oh my god, I want one of those in my house.
I like it when they're wrestling.
Show some respect. Show some respect. Die. Show some respect. Moving on. Show some respect. Die. Die. Die.
It's like a bad family reunion.
Seeing it all mixed together, especially the music, like the soundtrack for it, is almost a character in itself, very much like how Cowboy Bebop was, where like it was such an aspect of the presentation of the story and the mood for it, and that we didn't get a chance to see it all during our recording session. So as soon as it mixed in, the show clicked. It all made sense.
I love the animation in K. The writing is really dynamic. You said like the juxtaposition of like one scene to the next. You have it's Gora is the name of the brain trust of writers, and you can tell like one episode has certain themes and the next has like completely different. From episode 1, you have all this action and setting and like suspense, and then in the next episode, it's just full of comedy, and you really get used to the characters, your character, and all the meowing. That's really good. It's pretty good about it. But I'd say the dub cast, since we're talking about dub right now, is probably the best thing about the show right now.
Oh,
No, it's true.
Go on.
I mean, none of you would be here right now if it wasn't for me, but it's true. You guys are very good.
All right, so you guys just finished all of our K-Day events at Anime Expo. So what was it like watching the premiere of K with all of the fans?
It was crazy. It's always crazy because you do this stuff. You go in, by yourself. You record your lines in a room, in the dark. So to have this sort of payoff where you get to sit in this gigantic room filled with people that are hype about the show and are cosplaying the show and they're cheering for the characters, you remember that there is a larger fandom out there. It's the end result of this very solitary process that we go through. Like, oh, right. People know about this show.
This was a totally different experience. I mean, people were so into it, and it really helped pull me in even more.
So, of all the K-Day events, what was your one favorite part of K-Day?
I enjoyed interacting with the fans of the show. I enjoyed when we had the autograph session, just being able to, at least I know we were moving everybody along because there were a lot of people there, which was great to have that many people excited about the series. But having a few moments to interact with people and hear what they like about the show, how much they love the show. Some of them are brand new to the show, and today was the first they'd seen it, and they were very excited about it. And other people are longtime fans of the show, and they're very excited to see this new version of it. And so just kind of, because we don't get that a lot. You know, you were talking about how, I mean, we record alone. So we don't a lot of times get to hear personally from the fans. It's only at conventions and such that we get to hear, like, we loved this about the show or about your character, or we like how you did this. And it's really nice to get that.
I think my favorite part was the actual screening of it, and then being able to screen it with the fans and stuff to hear their reactions and to see for the first time, to hear everybody's voices all in place and see how everything is like cut together and put together. And like, I love like the skateboard cam.
The screening was fantastic to see everything come together and all the different elements finally being presented as one. Being on stage with all these awesome guys and getting a chance to actually hang out about this project, since a lot of times we only get a chance to really hang out at conventions or sometimes during sessions if we're lucky. So conventions are a great excuse for all of us to get a chance to hang out and talk about the project we all worked on together. So that was definitely a highlight of my day today. And then hearing the fans' feedback and having them come and talk to us, both the Q&A and the signing afterward. There's that connection between working on a project and hearing from people who appreciate it. That just makes you feel like your work is appreciated. And I don't know, it's a lot of fun.
It's instant gratification knowing what people think of it during the world premiere. You don't usually get that opportunity, but we did today, and we're excited for people to watch it.
Just my gratitude that I get to work in this medium, and that people, by their enthusiasm, by watching it, by buying the stuff, by coming to the conventions, by cosplaying the characters, that this, you know, in the grand scheme of things, this niche industry is chugging right along, because we have a fan base that has so much enthusiasm, and they just throw it right at you, and it's awesome.
I was watching, you know, like Speed Racer and Kimba the White Lion and Marine Boy and shows like people don't even know anymore. So to be able to do this and to have an audience and a fan base that appreciates that, and to work and have colleagues that I'm always amazed by and impressed with is amazing, and I'm incredibly thankful to have this opportunity. So thank you.
Every single person who's come by today has been absolutely wonderful and sweet and excited, and it's hard not to get caught up in that energy yourself. So just keep it up and look forward to meeting those of you who we haven't had a chance to yet at a convention in the near future. So thank you.
Well, thank you guys so much for doing this interview, and thank you for being a part of K-Day. You made a really big difference to all the fans of K-Project here at Anime Expo and at home. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
We love you.
That sounded like an ending. Then you handed me the
Button.
We love you. Thanks a lot. I'm always amazed by and impressed with is amazing, and I'm incredibly thankful to have this opportunity. So thank you. Button. And good night. Here you go.
Did any of you drop any bombs for each other in the booth?
What does that mean?
What does
Sam
that
Riegel?
mean?
I think I know what it means, but I want someone else to say
It
it.
doesn't mean farting.
Okay.
It means something
No,
else.
I don't mean.
I thought that was a weird question. I was like,
No.
Keith, did you drop any bombs for anybody?
I don't know. You came in after me.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Matthew Mercer.